Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Well, wouldn't you know it? Shucks. I am shocked. I am just absolutely surprised. The Department of Justice has now conveniently acknowledged that, whoopsie daisy, we do possess transcripts of President Joe Biden's interviews with his biographer, where he goes in and says, "Would you like to see some classified documents I'm not supposed to have? Son, please stop doing cocaine on this and look at this." Yeah, they have those transcripts. They previously denied having them, but they do. It's all part of Robert Hur's investigation into Biden's handling of classified documents post-vice presidency. The DOJ revealed it has 6 electronic files with 117 pages of verbatim transcripts that they still won't release. But they have them, and we can see them. Do we need them now? The cover-up is worse than the crime, right? Okay, just asking.
Number 6.
Randy Weingarten, head of the American Federation of Teachers Union, has gone on an absolutely insane rant, further damaging the relationship between normal people and educators. This rant is about re-electing former President Donald Trump, turning the union's convention into a political rally, which it always is. I mean, why are we the teachers union? This is becoming far too political. Warning that a Trump re-election could lead to fascism and violence. You know, they're changing that tone, guys, by having teachers rant and rave. She contrasted Trump's potential policies with those of the Biden-Harris administration, promoting various freedoms and social justice initiatives, and warned about Trump's previous term and his associates, including former Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos and activist Christopher Rufo, who have worked to expose the actions of the unions and the education establishment. Yes, more social justice in schools. That's what people want.
Number 5.
The University of Alabama system will tell DEI to GTFO. That's what they will be doing when they eliminate its diversity, equity, and inclusion offices and programs coming up here soon, because on October 1st, 2024, there is a new law that will go into place that will yeet the DEI initiatives across the country. I'm hip, guys. Yeet. Get it? Resources previously allocated to DEI initiatives will be redirected to support all students, as the law supported by Alabama Republicans requires and bans the use of state funds for DEI and compels students and employees to adhere to certain divisive concepts. Now, listen to this. They're still going to do it. They're just going to call it something else. They're keeping all the same people. They'll still be teaching divisive concepts. They'll still be doing this. They just rename it Watch and Learn.
Number 4.
This happened early yesterday, but Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle resigned amid bipartisan criticism following the agency's failure to prevent an assassination attempt on Donald Trump on July 13th. For some reason, Joe Biden took this opportunity to be like, she did a great job. No, she did not do a great job. She's not Kamala Harris. She did not do a great job here. She did a bad job. That's what she did. Let's talk about it that way. She tried to stay in her role, but the intense questioning of like, why do you suck? How do you suck? Why are you so terrible? This is awful. How did you do so bad at your job here? That questioning continued. President Biden, of course, thanked her for her service. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas praised her. I don't get it. Why? Following her resignation. I don't get it. Why are we praising this person? No, she resigned because she did a bad job.
Number 3.
State Representative Wandolyn Givan. I'm about to say something nice about her. I am. Ready? Here we go. State Representative Wandolyn Givan, Democrat of Birmingham, endorses the call for urgent action to address high crime rates in Birmingham, describing the city as, quote, a disaster zone, end quote, with frequent violent incidents. She urges city leaders to collaborate with the community and support law enforcement while opposing the defunding of police. What? Okay. Givan's support for a bill from State Representative Reed Ingram, a Republican of Pike Road, that would allow the state to appoint police chiefs in high crime areas. And she criticized the disconnect from Mayor Randall Woodfin and the police advocating for better leadership and community policing efforts. Now, I realize I'm the only person really talking about this police chief takeover thing, but it's gaining a little steam. Now you have a Democrat on board, too.
Number 2.
The media. Love them, love them, love them. Former President Donald Trump was highly enthusiastic about debating President Joe Biden, repeatedly insisting on debates anytime, anywhere, any place. But he wants the next debate to be on Fox News and not ABC, citing the bias of the network. George Stephanopoulos comes to mind, the guy who was the Clinton spokesperson, who they went to try to save Joe Biden's presidency, and then they realized, oh my God, Joe Biden is a vegetable. That happened. The media and their Democrats, of course, are speculating that really Donald Trump is just a scaredy cat. He's afraid to debate Vice President Kamala Harris because she's such a great debater and a former prosecutor, and she'll slice him up. Remember, that's what they said about Joe Biden. But this all just proves the point that the media cannot be remotely trusted to tell the truth, because Trump then said, guys, I'm still willing to do the debate. Let's do more than one. They were wrong.
Now, time for the number one thing you'll be talking about today.
President Joe Biden is reportedly alive. I know. Big news. He has also reportedly tested negative for COVID, with his symptoms, quote, resolving themselves, end quote. And he will deliver his first on-camera remarks since announcing he will not seek re-election, focusing on his future plans and key priorities for the remainder of his term. He'll also meet with Benjamin Netanyahu. Would you like a conspiracy theory? I'll give you a conspiracy theory right here. You ready? He still has COVID and they're trying to kill Benjamin Netanyahu. That's a conspiracy theory. You ready? That's a conspiracy theory. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do. Chemical warfare. That's what biological warfare. Is that biological warfare? I think it'd be biological warfare. Anyway, surely the President of the United States will tout in detail all of Vice President Kamala Harris's many accomplishments, like her time as border czar, bailing rioters out of jail that then go on to kill people, lying constantly, being unburdened by what has been without being burdened by the future about what might be in front of the burdens that burden us moving forward without the burden of being burdened before. As dumb as that sounds, it's not too far off from the actual quote. Now, this will be his 4th time in front of a national audience since someone tried to murder a former President Donald Trump. So don't tell me that this is not political. And the national media, they will give him the time. They will. This will be on ABC, CBS, NBC. This will be on Fox News. It'll be on CNN. It'll be everywhere. MSNBC. So I suggest that you flip over to TBS and watch me and Grant at Blood and Guts, because that's where we'll be tonight while all of this is going on. That's the real thing that's happening. So everyone stay very tuned into what's happening. I need you guys to watch this and tell me what happens. Here's what I'm looking for. How long it takes Joe Biden to get into a single accomplishment for Kamala Harris, what he considers an accomplishment. I'll give you some examples of what we've heard so far. Kamala Harris sure is black and female. That's right. She is both those things. So that would be what he considers an accomplishment. Then I need you to continue that clock running and tell me how long until he gets into an actual accomplishment. Okay? What we would consider an actual accomplishment. Then a third timer needs to run that is an actual accomplishment that she did. Okay? So like we need what Joe Biden considers to be an accomplishment, him pretending there's an accomplishment, like, for example, like things like she helped with the economy, like that kind of stuff. And then an actual accomplishment. So 3 clocks, I need those running. I need to know, because tomorrow I don't want to have to actually watch this thing. So I just need someone to tell me what's going on. Okay? Got it? Good? That's great. If you'd like to weigh in here right now and tell me a Kamala Harris accomplishment, which, by the way, we could do this until the end of the presidency of Joe Biden, because at some point, Kamala Harris might accomplish something. So maybe if you'd like to do so, there's a couple of different ways to do so right here or right now. I say there's a couple different ways, but our phone lines are down. So actually, there's one less way. Normally, I'd say QC Kinetics Free Speech phone lines, 866-494-WVNN. But don't do that. Text it in. Yeah, talk or text right here. 866-494-WVNN. That is the scoutpestcontrol.com WVNN hot take text line, or email me.
You've got mail.
Dale at WVNN.com. We're way late here, so let's take a break. We'll come back. Stay tuned.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.